prevention guidelines, particularly primary stroke prevention guidelines, were largely focused on the high cardiovascular risk approach. When people with quite high 5-year cardiovascular risk, 15% or greater, actually focus of primary prevention strategies, particularly pharmacological treatment of blood pressure and elevated lipids. And this strategy was initiated about 15 years ago. And at that time, it was believed it would be most cost-effective strategy, even more effective than population-wide strategy that has been introduced 50 years ago by Sir Jeff Rose, very famous epidemiologist from UK. And so population-wide strategies were put a little bit aside, and all the focus was on, not all, but most of the focus was on high cardiovascular risk strategy for one simple reason. This strategy assumes screening of the population for high cardiovascular risk. And for politicians, for healthcare organizers, it is very simple task to tick the box, screening done, primary prevention mission accomplished. And that's exactly what is happening. Easy to report, but effect is really close to zero, and it's quite costly strategy as well. And most importantly, it misses out people with low to moderate cardiovascular risk. And that's where 80% of all strokes and myocardial infarctions are actually happening in low and moderate risk people. And they're completely ignored, basically. Not even ignored, but, one of the way of presenting results of the high cardiovascular risk strategy is labeling people: low risk, moderate risk, and high risk. Apparently, if you are told that your risk is high, you start get worrying about why my risk, and you may start doing something. But people who are told that your risk is low or moderate, will they do anything about their risk? No, they falsely believe they are protected from stroke or myocardial infarction. And that's a very dangerous misconception, actually. That is one of the reasons why this strategy is really not effective, and why we observe increase in the burden of stroke across virtually all countries of the world.